What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, there's some breaking news out of Compton, California. Shout out Compton. And it's about a man that got mauled to death by some pit bulls this morning. Police are still on the scene, and they're reporting live. This is what they have so far. Take a look.
Skyfox, you are in Compton, where there has been a dog mauling.
Yes, that's right, and it is so sad on so many levels. It started out with a phone call from a woman saying that her boyfriend was in the backyard in a dog kennel where he was apparently down and possibly deceased after being mauled by pit bulls. And this is all happening out here in the Compton area. That intersection is actually going to be Thorson and Saunders. Now you see the Compton Fire Department along with the Sheriff's Department here on scene. Now we cannot show you what we discovered in that backyard, but apparently there are two homes out here that are breeding pit bulls. And again, I always personally do not like the demonizing of any type of animals, but you can see it right there. That's going to be the county animal control. They're taking some pit bulls into custody right there, or removing them from the backyard. When I say there's a number of them, I mean a large number of pit bulls out here. And sad to say, we did see one person not moving and very bloody in the backyard as well. So what's going on right now? Well, the fire department is going to assess the situation. Of course, the sheriff's department is here as well. There's a number of dogs that are going to be having to be rounded up and probably being brought to animal shelters. And of course, that investigation on what's going on with that victim is going to have to start as well. Not seeing any type of rescue, so this would lead me to believe that that person has passed away from his injuries. And again, this all happening out here in the Compton area, in the backyards, and we believe that it is a mauling of a human being, that person down in the backyard, and of course a number of pit bulls out here on scene as well. And you can see some consoling going on. We believe that that is the woman that made the original phone call saying that her boyfriend was down in the backyard. I'm Stu in Skyfox over the city of Compton. Back to you guys.
Oh, that's a heartbreaking scene, Stu. I don't even know what to say. It's terrible.
All right, guys, that's the news of what they have so far. And just like the lady said, that's heartbreaking. That's a devastating loss. That's a devastating death, period. Getting chewed up by dogs, man, I can't even fathom it. But it happens almost every day out here. Somebody's either getting bit by an animal that's not being cared for, running the street, so on and so forth. Now, the only thing that's bad about this situation is that the pit bull is going to have more of a negative name after this type of event. Because, I mean, keep it real. With everything that we've been shown and every subliminal message that's always put out there, when dogs bite people, it's usually what? Associated with pit bulls. So, but I think honestly in this situation, I don't think he was back there stealing. If he was trying to go back there and steal them dogs, that makes no sense. I mean, it's a breeder. The dogs are back there. Of course, they said in this article or another article that they don't think anybody lives at the house and somebody comes back and forth to care for the dogs. I think, in my opinion, this guy is not the normal guy that goes back there, and something kicked off that excited them dogs and he got attacked. Now, I also believe this. You seen those pit bulls running around the yard and stuff? It might have been a loose dog back there. You know, they know to be in their cage. You hear somebody walking back there, the dogs might have went back in their cage because they know they're not supposed to be out. Then when the guy came and they all started barking, some of the dogs got out the cage and bit them. It looked like it was 2 or 3 of them running loose. You see what I'm saying? All it takes is one to grab you, and you trying to fight that one off, and you get stationary, and then another one grab you from a different direction. Now you getting messed up. There were other videos out here of the guy laying in the thing motionless, you know, but I was going to put that on YouTube. All in all, man, this whole thing is messed up because a dog, I was always against keeping dogs outside because I don't think they get proper socialization like that. Now, granted, you got breeders that do that, but they usually know what they're doing. Me, I don't know what I'm doing. I remember when I was young, a dog outside in a dog house, kept outside, don't have proper socialization with human beings. And when that dog popped the chain, And a lot of you guys know too. As soon as the dog pop the chain, you'll hear somebody, hey, such and such, the dog is loose. People go running headed for the hill because the dog is aggressive. Constantly in one spot, take off, you know, it's just bedlam. But check it out. This situation with this guy here, you seen the woman up there upset and crying and stuff like that. They said they think she's the girlfriend of the boyfriend, well, or the guy that went back there. My thing is this. When you have dogs, a dog usually is a reflection of the person that's training it and all this stuff. If this guy, I don't even think he was going to feed him if they ain't know him like that. I mean, maybe he just had to go back there and like, look, hey, what if it was a call like, hey, they said one of the dogs is out. The dog they described, he ain't mean. Just go back there and see. You go back there and the dog got the jump on him. Either way, it's messed up. It's messed up. And I don't know if you can really charge somebody because that guy went back there on the property. Now, he was dead inside the dog cage because they showed his body on the ground inside of a cage. I don't see an animal grabbing him and dragging him back in there. I don't see them doing it. I think they would just attack him on the spot. So maybe he was trying to feed one of the animals. But I don't see getting inside no cage with no animal that don't know you. And, you know, dogs feed off the energy of other dogs. And like, I know it was probably like wild back there. But maybe he did it before. I mean, you see in the news all the time, somebody's getting tore up by an animal. And I mean, most of the times they survive, but to have this happen to him, I don't know. All I do know is this: it's going to fall back on the negative stereotype that pit bulls are vicious. And I've had pit bulls my whole teenage life coming up, my younger adult life, and I've never had a problem with them. That's why I would hear people talk about dogs. I'm like, you could say the same thing about any dog. I remember in the 80s, they was talking about Doberman Pinschers like they was talking about Great Danes. Oh, it's a vicious dog. Oh, don't turn your back on it. Oh, it'll do this, it'll do that. Dogs are dogs. It all comes down to the training they get and the type of person that's training them. And that's serious. That's real. I mean, you can't compare them to human beings, but a dog searches for gratification through its owner, or I don't like using the word master, but you understand what I'm saying? Accepting you as the alpha and then wanting to please you, you know, with their actions and being loyal to you. Then again, we got to talk about something negative too. Maybe the dogs back there was bred and they didn't care who they was giving them to, and they was bred to fight, or they were just bred to profit. See, when you have dogs like this with a negative type of stereotype on them, you have to be careful of who you sell these dogs to. I remember when I was younger in the hood, like you see guys have pit bulls all the time. Hey, I got puppies, $50, $100. They go cheap. And when people buy these dogs, most of the time, they don't even take care of their own kids. How you going to take care of a dog? And you get instances where you see these dogs being mistreated, and then they get a certain type of way about them, and then they don't trust people, and they just thrown out in the street. I mean, you can go to any hood anywhere and see a stray pit bull running somewhere. That's one of the most overbred dogs out there. Think about this. How many times you went and got a stray, or you went to an animal shelter and seen a dog, and it always says part pit bull, mix, pit bull mix. It's like people took this and ran with it. And it's like, you know, it's messed up that these dogs going to have to be euthanized now because they don't know who bit when they probably look, they got blood on, but they don't know who did what. And it's a part of a crime scene. It's messed up. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.